Alright. I think we're good to go. Yes. Yes, we are. Alright. Let's just get ready. We're going to be here for a little bit, so let's make sure we have everything we need. Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing, Dutch? Welcome in. Just pouring myself a drink. Give me a minute. How's everyone doing? How's everybody doing today? And we're good. How you doing, Buddha? You're doing good? Excellent to hear. Excellent to hear. Now let me raise the height a little bit more. I think that works for people. How was your day? Busy. Busy, but busy is good. Busy is good. We made a video in the morning, did our Twitch stream, went to the gym, had a few meals, we're fueled up, we're ready to go. Hope your day was just as good as mine. And now we're here for the next hour or so. It's 4:15 right now, so I figured we'd hang out till about 5:15, 5:30. See how people are doing. So today's theme or topic of the day is I would like to hear about your collections. Beyblades, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, cards, all of it. It's just Diet Coke. Well, it's just Coke Zero. What do I think about Pokemon? I used to collect the TCG back in the day. I was literally just playing Fire Red 60 seconds ago, but I put it on pause for the stream. And I'm also watching the anime. I am currently on episode 139 of Diamond and Pearl, so I'm on my way through. Yu-Gi-Oh is fun, but I need to get back into it. I left Yu-Gi-Oh TCG. I don't like the new format. I'm GOAT format. What color are months? That's not a thing. How you doing, Adisher? Is that your name? How you doing? Chat was unhinged yesterday. Honestly, yesterday wasn't even that crazy. Finally a stream. What do you mean finally? We're live like every single day. And we had a Twitch stream this morning, which by the way, guys, you should follow on Twitch. We had a good stream this morning. What color is March? I think, what happened to TikTok? Now, they're debating the color of months. Okay. It's just Coke Zero. It's just Coke Zero. You ever like Pokemon? I'm actively playing. I'm actively playing Pokemon Red. I just have it on pause right now. I literally just caught Snorlax. South of Lavender Town. Literally just did that 2 minutes ago. Let me just plug that back in. There we go. There we go, because I need that charge for after the stream. Switch Asta and Deku. I mean, that's not today's topic, but okay. I don't really collect Pokemon, but I do have a Snorlax. I'm very happy to have just caught my Snorlax. He was being very annoying. Do I download anime? No, I do not download it. I just stream it. What's the highest amount of viewers I've had in a live? Are we counting on an individual platform or combined? Because I'm dual live right now. I'm on YouTube and TikTok. So do you mean combined or just on one platform? Don't drink soda. I disagree. Go ahead. Let's see. January is red, obviously. Obviously. What would you like to see? I have magic. I have paintings. I have a couple of comics, but not really much on the comic side. I have a small amount of Yu-Gi-Oh cards just because, like, I bought a tin on a random, I got bored one day and I just bought a tin. Let's see, October's orange, I could see that. Did I shower? Yes. Just TikTok? My record for TikTok is 150. 150. Have I seen the new One Piece live action? I'm working my way through. I'm still on the earlier half, but yes, I'm enjoying it. Have I watched Madoka Magica? Yes, I have. That's a hell of a series. All of it? Well, let's see. I just bought a random tin of Yu-Gi-Oh cards like a year ago, so I don't have anything particularly good. It's just around 40 cards here. It's nothing particularly special. I have a couple of random Pokemon cards that I literally found on the street. I didn't buy them. I literally just found them in the middle of the road. And I have a Merfolk deck. I have an Eldrazi deck. I have a red, white, blue Spellslinger deck. And some other scrap cards. Finished Invincible? Nope, I have not gone back to it. What's my favorite drink? Chocolate milk, actually. November is black, so October's orange, November's black, okay. Have I seen Cyberpunk? I am on episode 8, so I'm almost done, but I haven't touched it in a couple of weeks. Opinion on Chainsaw Man Reese, very good movie. I think it was solid. No real complaints from me. I took a break from One Piece to watch MHA, and I'm liking it so far. I enjoyed MHA. I'm a fan. Do I have the Blue Eyes White Dragon? So I used to have it. I used to have every Blue Eyes. But my Yu-Gi-Oh collection is long gone, so sadly I do not. You're a bit confused about 91 Days. I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen Banana Fish either. What's a start to either 91 or Banana Fish? I've heard good things about both, but I think I've heard more general opinions on Banana Fish. Must have been the wind. Your opinion on Gachakuda? I liked it. The first season was really strong, probably one of the better seasons of last year. Do I think Pokemon Winds and Waves is going to be good? So it's still very early in development to say. I will say, based on what I have seen at this point in time, yes, I do think Wind and Waves has the potential to be very good. I will pick up a copy. I will personally be picking up a copy. Do I watch BoJack Horseman? I know what it is, but I never actually watched it. I hope it's good. I hope it's good too. I'm looking I hope it's better than Z to A. I didn't hate Z to A, but it wasn't my favorite. Anyway, it wasn't my favorite. Do I have a favorite anime? I do not. I am a general enthusiast. So I just enjoy a show and move on to the next thing. So I'm just for me, it's just for fun. Anime is just something I do purely for fun. Should I watch Code Geass or Full Metal first? So it depends what you want. I would say Full Metal's a lot more fantastical, a lot more action-based. It's a bit quicker as well. And it's a little bit longer compared to Code Geass, though. It's a little bit longer, but not by a significant margin. I strongly prefer Full Metal, but I think Code Geass is definitely worth the watch. I'll say Full Metal, just from personal preference. I know there's a lot of hate on the third season of One Punch Man, but what do I say about it? I think it's pretty bad. I think it's pretty bad. I've seen comparisons, side-by-side comparisons of manga to the anime. It didn't look good. Personal enjoyment, I thought it was slow. I was bored, and even putting the animation entirely aside, which most people are that's what they're focused on. Even putting the animation aside, I did not have a great time with Season 3. What is my opinion on Akaza from Demon Slayer? I mean, he's fine, but being honest, I don't have any particular strong attachments to any of the demons. He is one of the more interesting demons. What's an extremely short but good shonen? Charlotte. Charlotte's pretty good. It's 12 episodes. Erased is pretty good. That's also 12 episodes. Favorite starter Pokemon from all gens? I think for me it's Cyndaquil. It's Cyndaquil. He is my boy. This Cyndaquil is my guy. But guys, the theme of the day is asking about your collections. Do none of you collect anything? Does no one collect anything? Is it just me? Do I watch anime specials? Oh, on rare occasion, not all the time. I won't do it for every series. If I'm really, really enjoying something, then probably yes. Do I prefer Sukuna or Gojo? Sukuna quite easily. Quite easily going to go Sukuna. How are you doing today? Pretty good. How are you doing, Dark? I have too much to type. I mean, sometimes TikTok is quite limiting in chat. If you ever want to ask a question that I don't get to in chat because, word count limits, feel free to join the Discord and talk in there. I'm pretty active. What is today's topic? Today's topic is bring out the collection. So, do you guys have any things that you collect? Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, cards, video games, Magic, anything, whatever you got. You collect manga, so what do you got so far? You collect money? I try to, but honestly, I'm not doing very good at that. You collect Gunpla, very nice. Opinions on Dragon Ball? Original is great. Z is great. Super was not. GT was not, but the ending was perfect, and Daima was okay-ish. I collect JJK manga. Very nice, very nice. I don't really collect manga. I do have a couple of comics just because I got them for free. I do manga and coins. Okay, a coin collector. That's a first here. You collect Yu-Gi-Oh. I have a couple of random scrap cards. Nothing particularly good. Nothing. Magician Salvation. I got an Emancipator. I got a let's see, a Drytron Zeta, Altaba. I got a Domatica Adin the Enlightened. Nothing particularly good. I already looked up all the prices for these things. Nothing like over $2. I do some X-Men comics. Oh, then I have something interesting to show you next time I go to my cousin's place. Oh, CDs. Oh, do you mean CDs or albums? Because my cousin collects albums, and he has some really cool stuff. You collect swords. So, like, when you say swords, do you mean like metal swords, wooden swords, like little miniatures? Have a good day. Thank you, Oliver. You too. You collect manga and shoe boxes. So, like, when you say shoe boxes, do you mean like just empty shoe boxes? You collect Hunter x Hunter. Okay, Hunter x Hunter figures specifically. Interesting. Wait, do I? Hang on. Hang on. Where is my bag? Where's my. Right, hang on. Hunter x Hunter. Do I have anything? Give me a second. Give me a second. Hunter x Hunter. I got Batman. Zoro his legs just fell. It's okay. Have I watched Origeru? I have not because I actually like myself. That's the Justice Buster, so now that's Batman. Let's see. You on Twitch right now? Nope. The Twitch streams are exclusively for gaming. Thank you, Sheriff, for the rose. The Twitch streams are in the morning and they're only for gaming. And thank you for the heart as well. I mean, metal swords and magic figures. Okay, metal swords. Very nice. So that you get the real ones. Thoughts on Steampunk getting a 9 on 10 average? I haven't seen Steampunk, but that's pretty good reviews. You collect minus dojos. Interesting. I don't know what that is, to be honest. Yeah, it's okay. Zoro's fine. He's okay. You collect Naruto figures, and I missed it. I collect Naruto figures right now, and I have a Sasuke and Naruto. So you're pretty early into your collection, it sounds like. You collect Pokemon cards and mobile games on... Well, you collect mobile games and knives. How do you collect mobile games? Like, don't you just download the game? How do you collect mobile games? Anyways, that's interesting. You collect nothing, you're useless. Well, to be fair, collecting is a very expensive hobby, especially depending on what you collect. So you might be saving yourself a lot of pain. Okay. Why are Nen and Alchemy better than Bending? Well, let's see. Why are they? Because Bending is fairly, like, limited in its potential. Like, it's more limited. I'm not saying Bending is limited, because clearly, like, water bending, you expand out into blood bending, and then, like, earth bending, you extrapolate out into metal bending. But, like, alchemy and Nen, you can pretty much have limitless potential on what you do. And there's also built-in limitations on what you can actually accomplish. So, like, the stronger your ability or the more powerful the ability, the greater the conditions required. There's also more applications for Nen than Bending from what I've seen. I used to collect dinosaur toys. So, like, just dinosaurs in general. Like, you're just a big dinosaur fan. I have over 300 mobile games on your phone. How much storage does your phone have that can hold that? I'm not convinced, man. That sounds weird. Unless you have, like, a bunch of extra storage batteries or something. The only thing about anime I have is one single Goku figure, and that's okay. I'm not a big figure collector. I have a Joker. No, not Joker. I have a Riddler. I have an Aquaman, and well, technically, I have a whole bunch of a big bag of figures I'm trying to sell because I don't really need these. Let's see. I collect Warhammer. Okay. The other room, my roommate's room is full of Warhammer stuff. He is very big into Warhammer. You're majestic. Thank you, Bilal. I appreciate that. Let's see. What do I collect? I collect Magic the Gathering and autographs. Specifically, autographed paintings. But I do collect autographs in general. I do have a few signed Spawn comics as well. Let's see, genuinely what? Curse Energy is nearly the same tier as Alchemy and Nen. I don't feel the same way, not even close. I really don't feel like it's even remotely close. But you're allowed to have that opinion. I really like those small figures that are cute and cute. That's the thing. Hang on. Because I have... Okay, wait. The Hunter x Hunter guy. I found Icalgo. I found Icalgo. And I also... Hang on. I'm not done. Where is he? I know he's in here. No, that's Warhammer. That's Carapax. Where is he? Knuckle. I got Knuckle from Hunter x Hunter as well. There we go. I knew I had him in there. I used to collect WWE. Very nice. Never really got into WWE. Wrestling was never really my thing. Do I agree with the take that Dragon Ball needs more techniques than straight power-ups? So like more Kamehameha, special beam cannon kind of techniques. I wouldn't be against that. I'd be open to seeing more new techniques. Sure, I'm open to that. You collect manga currently. Biggest thing is all 14 Berserk Deluxe editions. I didn't even know it got that many. Very nice. That's expensive. That's also it just looks good on a bookshelf. I'm about to start Death Note. What do I think? I really like the first half. The second half I wasn't a fan, but the ending was good. So it kind of goes like really high, and then a strong ending. I have around 250 figures. You must have a lot of space. Like for those who collect figures take up space. That's like hard. It only spends 171 gigabytes of storage. 171 gigs of storage. My God, jeez. You have more on your phone than I have on my computer. In terms of the games, I have a Rainbow Charizard. Very nice. But like, is that like, do you just have that one card, or do you actually like actively collect Pokemon? Are you a person that's never watched anime? What do I recommend as a first one? So like, I have two approaches. I could pick something random that I think is good and probably not too long. So something like Erased, Charlotte, Parasite, a classic that tends to do well. Or if we had the time, I would just ask you more about what you tend to like outside of anime. But since we don't really have that in a chat that keeps moving, I would go with one of those. Let's see. How you doing, Bresky? What's good? Welcome in. I actively collect Pokemon cards, Pokemon figures, Pokemon games. What specifically? See, I have 71 Pikachu cards. So you're like a Pikachu collector. You're just like a big Pikachu fan. Got it. I used to collect anything I found in the street. That doesn't sound like a good idea. You're probably gonna like get a disease or something. Pokemon cards, very nice. I don't have many. I just found some. Honestly, I just have a small couple of cards I found in the street. I collect 100. You collect T13s. I can't say I know what that is. What phone am I using? An iPhone 11. Let's see. Would I recommend AOT as a first watch? It can be. I would say if you are someone who enjoys like high intensity drama, you don't mind something darker, you can handle like emotional. It can be pretty emotionally heavy as well. If you want like something like that, then yeah, you could do it. Go for it. It's a little bit long for a first watch, but it's not impossibly long. It's not crazy long. Today is not so much a question, more as a theme. I'd like to hear about your guys' collections. What do you collect? Beyblades, Pokemon, Digimon, Digivices, action figures, and so on. I have a room dedicated to figures. That is awesome. I do not have that luxury. We have a bookshelf that has like a few figures and books on it and comics. I have my wall of paintings that we're gradually putting up. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I don't have a top 5. I'm just a general anime fan of many different things. What are your top 5 if you have one? Can I give me an anime character to add to my anime game? Can you tell me what kind of game? So is this a fighting game? those are attacks techniques like what Vegeta got in the Moro arc. So you're talking like Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego. You're talking more of those things. I mean, or like Awakened Potential from in Namek with Gohan and Krillin. I mean, okay. Or hits time skip technique. Uh, those would be pretty. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, I consider. I don't know how you don't consider Kamehameha, Gallic Gun, Special Beam Cannon techniques. They are techniques. Are you guessing games? Are we get? No, I'm not guessing games, but are you collecting games? Should I watch Dragon Ball? I think Dragon Ball is worth the watch. I think it's certainly worth the watch. I used to collect toy cars. I used to have a lot of toy cars. So did you like stop? Did you sell your collection? Like what happened? Should I watch Angel Beats, Snafu, or Kaguya-sama? I would say I would watch Angel Beats because it's going to be the most emotional. It's going to be the shortest and most emotionally devastating. So you have the others to make you feel better afterwards. Today's topic is what do you collect? So like cards, toys, figures, Beyblades, anything you got. Paintings, autographs, whatever it may be. Please do ASMR, not a chance. I hate ASMR with every fiber of my being. Stuff like Force Spirit, Fission, Instant Transmission, Telekinesis, hit time skip, they're all techniques. I also collect Power Ranger stuff. Okay, you have my attention. You have my attention. So like, are we talking across all of Power Rangers, like Dino Force, Mighty Morphing, something Fury? Was it Ninja? Was it Ninja Fury? No, that's Ninja Storm. That's Ninja Storm. But like, do you collect like the Megazords? Do you collect? Wait, do you collect the Power Ranger, the transformation devices? I forgot what they're called. I haven't watched Power Rangers since the '90s. You'll have to forgive me. But like, do you collect like everything? Let's see. I collect perfumes and bottles. I mean, hey, if that's your thing, if you like perfumes and colognes and that's your jam, go for it. I definitely do not. You collect baseball cards and Disney. Okay, so when you say everything Disney, Disney is quite an expansive topic. Do you mean like the Disney card game? Do you mean like the classic Disney VHSs? Do you mean like Disney figures? Like, what do you mean? Let's see. I collect everything across the verses. That sounds like it'd be very expensive and time consuming and like it would take up all your space. How do you even do that? I love your fitness account. Thank you. You are a very smart guy. People learn a lot from you. Thank you. Even though there's like almost like there's like no videos on it yet. I want to build a shrine for the character Magic. I don't know a character named Magic. How much merch do I have? I mostly collect paintings. Like paintings is my jam because I put them on the wall. They don't take up any of my space, and I can get them autographed, and they look very pretty. I also collect magic. Look at my last message. Are anime shirts considered a collection? It depends. I mean, some people just like anime shirts for an aesthetic. It's not really considered a collection. Now, if you like seek out collectible items, like specific memorabilia, then I guess that would count. Sure. You've been collecting wiki gacha cards. I don't even know what that is. You might have to explain that to me. I want to collect Red Bull weapons. You mean the energy drink? What? When did they start making weapons? What am I reading? Okay, Magic, the little sister of Colossus. Oh, this is why I did not know. I have not seen much of X-Men. I saw X-Men '97. I've seen a couple of the movies. I've seen like one of the cartoons. I'm not an X-Men expert. You got very nice paintings. Thank you very much. We'll probably be adding to the collection very soon. You collect a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So like, I guess mostly figures then. Unless you actually have like weapons in your house. A new game where Wikipedia sites are cards. Where Wikipedia sites are cards? Is everything a card game at this point? How did we get here? How did we get here? I only have posters. I'm not on painting level yet. Here's the thing. There's some very nice posters out there. There's very nice posters. I have a system. I have a system. So I look up in advance the conventions I'm going to. I look at the guests that are going to be there. I will have the paintings ready by an artist at the convention. I will pick them up and then bring them straight to the artist to get them signed. That way, like, I always get autographs every time I go in. That is my system. Plushies mostly. Oh, mostly plushies. Okay. Do you have like a room full of? Do you have like an overflowing mountain of plushies? Is that what I'm envisioning here? There's nothing like the Finland. There's nothing like that in Finland, unfortunately. That is very unfortunate because here conventions are pretty common. You can like Spider-Man. Okay. So what I recommend you do at some point is go to my YouTube channel, and then if you type into my videos and look for Spider-Man, your brain might explode by the comic collection in there. Does collecting empty bottles of energy drinks count as a collection? I mean, if that's what you collect, I guess. I don't understand the why. Technically, there are some like older bottles of different beverages that are like part of a collection and actually worth some money. We need to bring Otaku back to his formal glory. Here's the thing: I'm still the same me. I'm still me. It's just there's a YouTube change in December, and things happen. What can you do, man? I'm still here. I collect Mortal Kombat. Not really a huge expert. I'm probably not an expert on Mortal Kombat. I know Scorpio. I know Sub-Zero. I know Tai Lung. I know a couple of the guys, but I played a couple of the games. I'm just not super into the fighting games. You want to collect Red Bull weapons. I don't know what Red Bull weapons are. What do you mean? Do you just like attack people with cans? Oh my gosh, oh my god. See, my brain. Tai Lung is wow. That's my brain fart of the day. Okay, that's my brain fart of the day. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on from that. I would go to jail, Stephen? Steven's going. Well, Steven, what did Steven do to go to jail? I love Otaku. Remember me when I blow up. When you say blow up, do you mean my channel's going to expand, or do you mean that my apartment is going to explode? Because I really don't want to have my apartment explode. Okay. Do you? Bro, you should try to play JoJo's Adventure All-Star Battle. But like, guys, I'm not into battle type games. It's just not my jam. It's just not what I do. If you want to see fighting games, there's a guy on here, My Life as an RPG. He loves fighting games. That my channel expands. Okay, good to know, because like, I don't know, maybe you wanted me to explode. I don't know. You never know with the internet. I used to collect MHA stuff before the fan base ruined it. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Every fan base can be weird. I'd say do your thing. If you like Hero Academia, collect Hero Academia. You like the figures, you like the show, collect it. Do your thing. Just do your thing. He never pays taxes? Who never pays taxes? I pay my taxes. I have a cousin who does my taxes. Do I play chess? Not well. I haven't played chess since 17 years. Netanyahu will not be targeting you. I mean, you never look. I don't know. Why does it have to be Netanyahu? I don't know. There's weird people out there, okay? I thought I liked Storm. So, like, I like Storm, sure, but I mostly like Storm because one of my closest friends is named Storm. So I just think it's funny. Like, we always make Storm jokes because his name is literally Storm. You interested in watching the last MHA episode in May? Yes, the bonus episode. I will be watching that. Yes, I will. I absolutely will. It's a Street Fighter type of game with yeah, so I'm not into Street Fighter. I'm not into Mortal Kombat. I'm not into, like, those fighting games. Today's topic, Toga, is what do you collect? Bring out your collection. Pokemon cards, Digimon, Beyblades, whatever you got. By Red Bull weapon, I mean Escanor's axe made out of... Hold on a second. So, hang on a second. It's okay. Nothing broke. Are you telling me you did this out of Red Bull cans? Are you telling me you did this out of Red Bull cans? I require pictures posted in the Discord, please. Okay, I require visuals of this. Become Jewish and Netanyahu will give you 7,000 into my... My family's Jewish. I'm not Jew. I mean, my family's Jewish. So there you go. Where's my $7,000? I collect Legos. Interesting. What do you got? Free me from the psych ward. Shadow, you're living in the psych ward. I collect Lego. But I'm too broke. You know what? Fair enough. Collecting things is expensive. Have I seen Trigun? I am actively working on it right now. I am watching the remake. I'm halfway through the season. It's very good. It's very good. I also saw the first season, the original first season, which was also very good. Street Fighter combos is a whole science. I'm aware of that because I may not be into the fighting games. I'm still aware of how technical it can get. It's a trend now. People make Rita out of Monster and Red Bull bottles. I have not seen this. I now need to see it. I collect items like Chris Chan's Sonichu necklace. Okay, I mean, I guess. Interesting. You collect cursed items like... Okay. I collect anime figures, stuff, mostly MHA, but I have Chainsaw Man, JJK. So your biggest thing is MHA, but you're kind of all over the shonen realm. I got it. You collect Nintendo Wii stuff. You got Asta's sword. I got Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, poster fake. Here's the thing. I've done Pokemon. I've done Digimon. I've done Yu-Gi-Oh. I play Magic. I know how expensive the card game route is. How can people afford more than one card game at a time? Is your heritage by chance Lithuanian? I have a tiny little bit of Lithuanian. My grandmother's Lithuanian. I have a life-size Zoro. So you have like a literal, like, full-on Zoro statue in your house. That's commitment. I hate waiting for JJK episodes since I only watch dub. Yeah, you might be waiting a little bit, not too long, I suppose. I watch it subs. I don't know how long it takes. I want to, but I am too broke to build them. I don't drink that much Red Bull. Oh, fair enough. That would take a lot of Red Bull cans. I got way too many Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Okay, so no you don't. Because if we're talking back in my Yu-Gi-Oh obsession days, so like 2000 and... between like 1998, 9 to like... or whenever the card game got here. I think it was around 2000 actually. To like 2006, 2007. I think I had around 8,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards, 10,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards, somewhere in that realm. One Piece needs a couple thousand more episodes. I don't think we're getting a couple thousand more. I don't even think we're getting 1,000 more. Red Bull is just as addictive as cocaine. I guess it depends on... I mean, Red Bull is mostly just caffeine with like certain vitamins and minerals in there. I'm gonna say no. I play Blue-White Control. You're a blue... You play Blue-White Control. I already know the kind of person you are because I used to play Blue-White Control. I know what kind of person you are. The second people know what you're playing, they don't like you. I already know that. Let's see. Have I watched JoJo's? I've seen the first 4 seasons. I've enjoyed all of them. First you got to work to beat then. Wait, who am I beating? Who am I supposed to fight? When am I drinking Coke Zero? Well, Oda said he would continue with side stories, and that might be added to a new series, more episodes. Maybe like a spin-off or something. I think there's already enough. Like, there's still so much to go in One Piece's main story. Then we're getting the One Piece. Like, I don't know. We'll see what Oda does. Are you fine with talking about Elbaf as an anime watcher? So, like, here's the thing. I don't know I know very close to nothing about it. So I know a couple of things about Elbaf, but not too much because I actively avoid. I'm proactively avoid spoilers. So like I don't want to know much. You're like 500 more episodes for One Piece to finish. 500 episodes? I actually don't think so because if you think about it this way. That we're going seasonal, so it's no longer a weekly series. It's going seasonal. So probably around, a fraction amount of episodes per arc. So like instead of 200 something, it's going to be like 40, 50 probably realistically. And then we have, okay, so we have Elbaf, we have Lodestar, we have Laugh Tale, we have uh, probably the Final War. So that's at least 4 arcs. That's at least 4 arcs. So I could see a couple hundred episodes there. I could see a few hundred episodes there, and maybe a little more. The villain of it, is one of the best. The villain of what? Of Elbaf? Well, don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. I am enjoying everything, so I don't want any spoilers. I don't want spoilers. What would your vital weapon be? A fridge. It would either be a fridge or a dumbbell. The thing is, I can't walk around. I can't walk around with a fridge, so it's probably going to be a dumbbell. Competitively, I used to play Drytrons or Floowandereeze. So I never played Magic competitive. I just played it for fun. I think my strongest deck way back in like 2013, 14 was like, I don't know, 2014. It was allies. My ally deck was stupid because every time I play something, everything cascades. So like everyone gains health. Every time I play a card, I gain like 1,000,000 health. Everyone powers up. Everyone gets counters. It was ridiculous. Every time I played like a one spell card, everything went crazy. Do I need therapy? Yes, you do. I read somewhere that the Final War is going to be over 300 chapters. So here's the thing. I literally just did a video. I just did a video this morning on why you can't trust Oda on how long the series is going to be. You should go watch it. And yeah, I wouldn't count on it. Do I think the final villain will be Emu or Blackbeard? I would say Emu, most likely. Will 3 monsters a day lead to my demise? I think you're gonna die anyway, but like have fun with it. Go if you want to test it, go for it. One Piece is genuinely a slogfest to watch, and people who are up to date are coping. I'm gonna agree and disagree. I think you're allowed to feel like it's slow because the pacing is objectively difficult at times. I think people are allowed to enjoy what they want. So to say that no one can possibly enjoy this because of the pacing, I think you're wrong. I think people can definitely enjoy it. It has a massive fan base for a reason. I think it's doing extremely well for a reason. You can still critique it and say, yeah, the pacing needs a lot of work, and still enjoy the series overall. I'm getting all of Zoro's swords made for life size. I do have, for props, I do have a couple of Zoro swords. I broke the third. The third one broke twice. Don't ask me how. It just broke. I used to have the real ones, but now I just use these because you can't bring real weapons to a convention. You can't do it. So if I can't bring it to a convention, they're kind of useless to me. I want to start collecting JoJo memorabilia. Go for it. JoJo's is highly collectible. Drytrons, Flower Disease. Oh, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, okay. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! That's why I didn't... honestly, I didn't even know. Yu-Gi-Oh! I stopped at Trickstar. So, like, I stopped in Yu-Gi-Oh! A long time ago. What? Like, I don't even... I was playing Trickstar, like, past the point of it being peak. I think it's insane that it's so slow. The Rezark would be, like, 3 movies with One Piece pacing. Okay. So, like, again... I'm not saying the pacing is good. I'm not defending that. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying that it's still an enjoyable series. There's a huge fan base despite the pacing not being that good, and often people read the manga instead because of that. How you doing? We're doing pretty good, Alice. How you doing? Do I do convention vids? I actually do, and our next convention is going to be in May. We will be at a convention in May. There will be content. Pacing is the only problem if I watch less than 20 episodes a day. 20 episodes a day, I'm sorry. Look. If you have the time to watch 20 episodes a day, you're either on vacation or you're like not sleeping or you're not going outside because like if you're a student, there's not really much time left after that. So like there's something wrong with your schedule if you're doing that. First time I've seen you in a while. You've been streaming. Yeah, I've been live. I've been live every single day, man. We've been live every day. I can't read the manga because they are kind of expensive and I can't read online. You can read online. You can read online if you want to. SAO was my first anime, so I want something for it, but haven't got anything. I would say Shangri-La Frontier. It is like it's another video game based anime, and I think it's a lot better. You could also try Axel World, which is another one. I ran Evil Eyes. So like I never had to play against Evil Eyes. I've seen a couple of videos on them. Like I haven't played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. I want you to understand how far back I go. I haven't played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh since like the era of like Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the Beginning and End. Like I go way back. I told you I am mentally unstable, correct. My sleep schedule is cooked. Yes, it is. If you're watching 20 episodes a day, yeah, there's something wrong. The Final War will be the longest arc and will probably go for 5 years. Maybe if it was previous One Piece pacing. I think with the new changes, I don't think it'll be 5 years. I really don't. I've never played Comp Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Duel Links on mobile. Okay, so I used to play competitive. But like, we're talking many years ago. Like before most of you were born. Subject, bring out your collections. Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, action figures, whatever you got. You look forward to SBR. I am nowhere there. I haven't started part 5 yet. You kind of give me a magic. Yes. That would be correct. Yes, I do play Magic quite actively. I play it at least once a week. You an anime fan? My entire channel is dedicated to anime, so yes. I gotta get back to work. Steven, what are you doing? You gotta get back to work. Nah, dude, tell your work you got more important things to do. Can I read mangas for free? You absolutely could. You won't get any judgment from me. If you want to use like a streaming site or like a free site to read your manga, go for it. Go for it. You have to keep in mind that pacing is different, but it's going to be yearly, not weekly. So if you mean like that it's going to take 5 years of putting out episodes like a season at a time to finish the final to like finish it, I don't think so. I don't. I guess it depends how many seasons a year they take off. Like if One Piece is putting out 12 to 24 episodes a year or something, that like probably 24 episodes a year, then maybe. Then maybe. If it was putting out like 50 episodes a year, probably not. Do I want to hear a bad word I have to? Then no, I don't really want people swearing in my chat. One Piece is peak, and I'm only on Alabasta. I use One Pace because I'm overwhelmed by the length. So like, I'm not anti One Pace because I never tried it myself. I don't know how much you're actually missing, if anything. So if that's how you prefer to do it, I guess it's fine. One Piece is fake. It doesn't exist. The One Piece is real. What do you mean the One Piece? Hang on. Where's my... Saying the One Piece is fake in front of me. Come on, dude. What are you saying? I remember you. Of course you do. But I haven't gone anywhere. Guys, I've always been here. I didn't go anywhere. If they do 24 episodes a year, I will get so mad I just caught on. So like, I really wouldn't be too mad because I always have something to watch. Like if I'm really enjoying a show and it doesn't release as often, I'm not gonna really be bothered because I always have something. You have a few Beyblades. You got them a few months ago to feel nostalgic again. You know what? Perfectly understandable. Does anyone remember the OG Beyblade with like Tyson and Max and Kai? Like I love those. That was such a great show. The One Piece is real. Absolutely, it is. I used to collect Beyblades and still do. So do you like have a bunch of different Beyblades, or do you just like buy individual pieces and then just like adjust the ones you have? So do you have like 3 or 4 Beyblades with different like parts, or do you just have like a whole bunch of individual Beyblades? I didn't know you were so passionate. Of course I am. I mean, anime is what I do, so of course I'm going to be passionate about it. Am I going to say the bad word? No. Do I know if Togashi is really drawing again? I don't really follow manga authors too much. I really only keep track on a small handful of them because I don't actively read. I mostly just watch. You love the guys. Thank you, Abood, or Aboud. I'll say Abood, and hopefully I'm right. What was the cosplay I really wanted to do? If I had unlimited money, so if I had like a couple $1,000s, I would do one of Sinbad's forms, like Sinbad from Maji. I'm right, perfect. Yeah, Sinbad from Maji. So like, I'm not sure if you've seen Sinbad, but like he has multiple transformations, and some of them are absolutely insane. But it would cost me so much money to do it. I don't think I've seen anyone buy the parts. Okay, so I follow a couple of content creators who some of them are quite passionate about this stuff, and yeah, I've seen a couple of them buy like individual parts for Beyblades. You read it wrong. I said a word and it's a job. Oh, oh, job isn't a bad word. It's just scary. You look like Yuta. Apparently, I look like a lot of people. Pete Davidson, a bunch of other random people. What do I think about the One Piece will be? I have no idea yet. I really don't know yet. I've thought about it. Nothing seems to make sense. Nothing's clicking for me yet. I usually buy the Beyblade. Lots of people who just want to get rid of them for cheap. I mean, to be fair, it is a hobby that can like come and go. So sometimes they buy a bunch of stuff. They think it's going to be a lot of fun. They don't have time. They get bored. Okay, sell it for cheap. And in general, Beyblade isn't that expensive. I guess if you really collect it, it could get expensive. Did MHA finish or are they still dropping episodes? So the main story of MHA is done. There is more MHA content coming out, but like the main story is completed. Light Yagami or Ayanokoji, I definitely prefer Ayanokoji. Probably the last time I'm seeing that hat, since you said it doesn't balance with your headphones. So, okay, when I'm Twitch streaming, when I'm gaming, I have my headphones on. So when people ask me to put the hat on, it doesn't stay on my head. So, yeah, I can't really wear it during gaming streams that much. I think we will never know the One Piece because the Straw Hats will die to the Revolutionary Army. Shell, that makes no sense in any way. Are you sponsored by the Big Yahoo? No, I'm not currently. The only technical partnership I have is with McFarlane Toys. That is really the only partnership that I have is McFarlane. Like Yagami, I already told you. That would be crazy. What would be crazy? That guy's watching Two Piece? Yeah, probably. Or I don't know. I don't know what they're watching. I like the Beyblade series, but they lost me when they made the Beyblade series. The Beyblade series? I haven't seen that. To be fair, I've been meaning to get back into Beyblade. I've only seen the original first season, and that was so much fun. I really need to get back into it. Do you allow me to say a theory I think about Blackbeard? If you're just saying theories, then of course. I'm anti-spoilers, but fan theories, feel free to share your theories. That's perfectly valid. Dragon will be a twist villain betraying Luffy. Again, dude, you're past Two Piece. You're just like you're on something. You're just on something. Opinion on Kurapika being something, being the new MC. So like, I've heard comments like that in the manga. I'm not reading Hunter x Hunter. I did watch the original. I did watch the 2011 version multiple times. Is Kurapika really the new MC, or is just going very much in the background now, and Kurapika just has the limelight? Because like, I like Kurapika more than Gon. In general, I like him more than Gon. If I want to get back into Beyblade, do not buy But okay, when I say get back into Beyblade, I don't mean buy the Beyblades. I mean like get back into the anime. I'm not going to buy the toys. I already collect magic and autographed paintings. That's expensive enough. What do I think the giant straw hat Emu was looking at means? How far into the series are you? You look like a Sigma Chad that aura farms more than Sung Jin Woo. I mean, all I have to do is take this. Forgive me, the axe is broken and needs to be rebuilt, but you get what I mean. I need to rebuild the axe, but yes. Okay. Kurapika is now the MC, and Gon is a side character now, but in the manga he is moving. Okay, so he's still doing something. Good to know. Meliodas and Gojo. I'm not really a power scaler. Can I get a follow? Don't ask for follows, dude. If you want follows, make good content. Wish I could live in the world of Pokemon. I mean, I understand why. Just making sure. I need to do a quick check. Do you want to live in the world of Pokemon because like you get to go on adventures and just like have cool pets and like or have different career opportunities and just like meet really cool people or be a Pokemon master, or you just want a Vaporeon or a Lopunny? Do I think Luffy has the same Straw Hat as Joy Boy? Yes. Gon got sent home to do all the schoolwork he missed. Oh yeah, okay. Like Gon's gonna do homework. My dog is stupid, but she can run up trees. I mean, okay, I mean those are two very different things. So okay, I'm all caught up. Don't worry about spoilers. But the thing is, I don't want spoilers. Like, also my chat may not be up to date on certain things, so I don't want to spoil things for people. Who is your favorite JoJo? Either Josuke or Jotaro. It's kind of neck and neck for those two. My question is, if Joy Boy is the strongest in One Piece and then it's Shanks, does that mean Luffy is number one? So you're kind of just making stuff up. Like, none of that is factual. There is nothing confirmed. Like, the only thing we know, here's what we know, okay? Joy Boy, okay, spoiler warning for Egghead. Okay, spoiler warning for Egghead, we're good. Joy Boy, first pirate. He has incredibly powerful hockey. Like really, really, probably the most powerful Conqueror, but actually, no, definitively the strongest feat of Conqueror's hockey we've seen. Shanks is thought to be one of the strongest characters, but again, we don't know this. It's speculation based off of what he's done so far. And then Luffy, I have no reason to put Luffy up there either. I just don't have any reason to put Luffy at that level. Hear me out, Gardevoir. Okay, Orange. Stop it. This is not the time to be quoting the Joker and be like, there's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman. You're going to prison, okay? I think that Blackbeard used his powers to eat Whitebeard's fruit by absorbing it. So, like, I think you are misunderstanding. Like, Blackbeard did not use his powers to eat Whitebeard's devil fruit. Like, Blackbeard absorbed his powers, but he couldn't have eaten a second fruit. If he physically ate a second fruit, he would die. Like, that is, he's dead. Well, supposedly that like technically we've never seen a character eat two devil fruits. I actually did a whole video on that as well. You should watch it. But yes, he did not eat a second fruit. It also wouldn't make any sense because Whitebeard ate that fruit decades ago. It alters his DNA. Like, it's not sitting in his stomach. Okay, what about the Spider Troop? There's a question of the day. So it's not so much a question of the day today. Today's topic is bring out your collections, your favorite, your Pokemon, your Yu-Gi-Oh, your Digimon, your Beyblades, whatever it may be. So what happened to Whitebeard's fruit? So it's mostly speculation exactly on how Blackbeard's devil fruit works. Basically, the current theory is by using the blackout curtain when this is all spoilers from Marineford, by the way. After Whitebeard had passed away, they threw over the black curtain to allow Blackbeard to become darkness, or to just cover up his ability so people can see how it works. And then he absorbed Whitebeard's powers out from his body into himself. But he didn't pull out the devil fruit. When somebody dies, the fruit doesn't just come out of them. The fruit, it resurrects somewhere else. So before the fruit from Whitebeard could be reborn somewhere else in the world, he absorbed the powers. Let's see. Does my Blox Fruit collection count? No. Also, Blox Fruit is terrible. It protects pedophiles. I do not support that platform. You gave Whitebeard straight teeth. What? The fruit never... So, in this case, no. So, if we're talking about Whitebeard's devil fruit, it is not somewhere else in the world because Blackbeard has those powers. No two people can have the same devil fruit power at the same time. Unless we're talking specific instances like copying type devil fruits, where they can replicate the power without actually having the fruit. That's kind of different. I think Blackbeard has 3 souls. That's been a fan theory for a long time, but there's no evidence yet to support it. But there's no hard evidence. It's more they're noticing little things that could suggest it, but there's no proof. Roblox. Yeah, I don't like Roblox because it actively protects pedophiles. Maybe the One Piece is Luffy. No, Luffy is not the One Piece. I have a good amount of Funkos. Okay, so yes, do feel free to post your collections in the Discord. Feel free to do so. I encourage it. I actively encourage it. How much time do we have? Okay, we're still good for time. We're still good on time. We have like another 20 minutes. I like you can like Funko Pops. I think Black Raider Street Fruits. The new. Yeah, I don't get the Whitebeard has straight teeth comment. I don't get that one. Chapter 364, where Togashi added 14, hit 14 different series of the Jump Shonen magazine. I'm confused. Your sentence is kind of broken there. Do I have any theories on Luffy's dream? So I will admit that I have actively thought about what Luffy's dream could be, and I don't know. I feel like we're going to hear it, and I'm just going to do this. I'm going to smack myself in the head for not realizing something so obvious. I feel like it's right in front of me. Whose Straw Hat is the giant one with Emu? So, like, technically, we don't know. Like, at least in the anime, we don't know. I have an idea. But I don't know for certain. I feel like I'm still missing something. I don't know yet. I don't have enough evidence. Have I ever noticed Roger has straight teeth? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Chapter 364, Togashi had 14 items from different series for the Jump Show. Okay. Now I understand. What's the idea? So, like, either the hat I think the hat either belonged to Joy Boy's, like, companion. I think it belonged to Joy Boy's companion. Or someone directly connected to Joy Boy, because remember how like Joy Boy had his straw hat, and how like we also see Ace making straw hats for why is my brain not working? Sorry, my brain is completely cooked by the end of the day. Man, my brain's cooked. My brain's cooked. Not for Otama. Not for Otama. For Oars Jr. Oars Jr. See, I just need a minute. I just need a minute, and I got it. Remember, like I'm thinking there was a giant companion of Joy Boy or something. My guess. Maybe that means the One Piece isn't real. The One Piece is real. The One Piece is real. Have I? Come on. What does characters' teeth have to do with the One Piece? Shallow, you hit your head too many times. I used it and I stacked them. What are we talking about there? Dio or Kira, who had the cooler stand? Between Dio and Kira? Cooler stand. I think I like Killer Queen more. He also made his hat. Yeah, yes, but like, we're talking about a giant hat, so you gotta think. Obviously, I wasn't talking about Otama. Otama's a small child. We're talking about a giant straw hat. We were talking about Funkos. Okay. I was confused about what you were talking about. Luffy or one of the Straw Hats will die before finding the One Piece. That is not true. This is something that I've already debunked. This is something that many content creators have already debunked. That never happened. Oda never said it. And even then, even if you trace it back to when that rumor even started, like, that could be the Going Merry. That could have been talking about the Going Merry. That could have been talking about Brook. That could have been talking about any, like, there's literally not a single instance where Oda ever said that. What do I think about the theory that the One Piece is the friends we made along the way? It's stupid. It's stupid. The fact that people are still even saying it is stupid. I think the hat belongs to the giant monarch from Solo Leveling. Okay. Alright. Did I hear that the Oda SBS questions about Shiki? If not, I can tell you about it. So, like, if it's not spoilers, then sure. Because I don't read the manga. I don't read the SBS. The only time I read the SBSs is when I'm doing research for a video and I need to make sure I get the facts right. Like, just, if I'm going to talk about something, I do need to make sure that, like, Oda never said anything to the contrary. Or he said exactly what I think he said. Why are the One Piece characters built like that? Because they're built like that. It's fun. You have characters whose physiques make no sense. You have the Tontadas, you have Big Mom, you have Kuma. So you have people who clearly skip leg day. You have people that are very, who have very interesting anatomy, like the long arm tribe and the long leg tribe, and it's interesting. I like it. Let's see. I think Luffy's dream might be something like destroying the Red Line. So no, it's not. Like, I want you to remember this. Something blatantly obvious. Luffy's dream, when he's a small child, before being king of the pirates, his other dream that we don't know what it is, that only a few people know, like Yamato and Sabo and a couple of characters, only a few people know it. This is when he's a small, he doesn't know anything about the world. He doesn't know about what the Red Line is. He doesn't know about the world government. He doesn't know anything. He's just a young, naive kid who's not that bright. So it can't be anything to do with the Red Line. Hang on, TikTok is timing out. I just need to... Okay, we're good. All the females have the same anatomy except Big Mom. That's objectively incorrect, but like, if I know what you mean. You're saying like Nami and Robin and like that general like hourglass silhouette kind of figure. Not all of them are built like that, but like there's a critique that a lot of women are built like that. And I think Oda just has his preference. I think Oda just has his preference, man. I think he just likes it that way, you know? What anime do I think is overrated? Depends. In my chat, AOT. It's just that Oda said in a recent SBS that Shiki is still alive. I believe that. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That Shiki would still be alive. That's fine. What is One Piece about? Finding the One Piece. So pretty much, young kid dream of becoming the king of the pirates. Because he was inspired by the previous king of the pirates. Basically, to this kid, being king of the pirates means being the most free person in the world. So finding the One Piece treasure that he left behind will make him the person with the most freedom. So he sets out on a journey to accomplish that. Okay. What is the One Piece? One Piece of what? Are there more than One Pieces? Obviously, you're trolling at this point. The monarch godlike Zoro and Imu is the one who chained him up and took the straw hat. We're still saying it's from Solo Leveling? Okay. What does he want to be free from? So here's the thing. That it's not free from something. When, like, Luffy's idea of freedom is not free of something else. He's not burdened. He's not held down. If you see how Luffy thinks, if you see how he acts, if you see how he lives his life, he does not feel burned or like he doesn't feel chained down to anything. He just does what he wants to do. If anything, it just means that the thing is, there's a goal that Luffy has. There's a specific goal that Luffy has that we don't know what it is yet, beyond being king of the pirates. But I think it's pretty clear that for him to accomplish this secret dream that we don't yet know requires him to be the most free person in the world. What if there are two One Pieces? There isn't. Did I hear about the theory where people say Blackbeard is Rock's son? How far in are you? Because I do not want to spoil anything for you. I think Luffy will have 999 trillion berry bounty. He will not. Because you want to know why? The previous king of the pirates was 5.5 billion. Roger was 5.5 billion, not trillion. No one has even gotten You can't have a bounty that high. You can't have a bounty in the trillions. It wouldn't make sense because a bounty would have to be paid. They would not have the money to pay that. Okay, so Broski, you might want to delete your comment because that is spoilers. You're on episode 900, so like you may want to hide your comment because that is spoilers. Genuinely asking, is there more than one piece of the One Piece? So like, we don't know what the One Piece is though. We don't know, like we know where it is. We know where the One Piece is located. We don't know what it objectively is. We know it's a thing, and we know where it is. Now, could it be multiple things? Technically, since like, I mean, it could be multiple different things, but we know where it is. I have only reached one, so like, yeah, Do not post spoilers in chat, please. Thank you. I think Zoro versus Mihawk rematch should be an easy fight for. No, that is stupid. Like, I'm not saying you're stupid, but I think that's ridiculous. You're talking about Zoro fighting for the strongest title sword, like the title of the strongest swordsman in the world. Zoro's not going to have an easy time. Zoro is probably going to be pushed farther than he's ever been pushed before. Like, in his fight with King, he saw the Reaper of Death. Like, sorry. But yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. At all. At all. He eventually will win. Like, Zoro will eventually defeat Mihawk. We know this. It's going to happen. But it's not going to be easy. What's my opinion about most reboots? So here's the thing. It depends. A reboot could be just fishing for money, because like, oh, bringing back a series that did really well and they can't come up with new ideas, so they're just like rehashing something that already did well. Can that happen? Yes. But I think it depends on the situation. Sometimes they're just bringing back a series that could have been done better, or adding some things to it or something like that, but they genuinely put love into the project. So like, there's a World Trigger coming back, there's a Hitman Reborn coming back, and I'm hoping that those projects get quality attention. Like, they're actually loved by the developers. Let's see. Yeah, I know, broski, I messed up. I messed up. Is Chrollo versus Hisoka top 3 most hyped battles in anime? Top 3 most hyped? No, I don't think I can. I don't think I could. Do you mean like, are you talking about battles that have occurred in the manga but haven't been adapted yet, or we're just talking like across the board? I really am sorry, broski. I did fumble there. Favorite live action adaptation of an anime? I've only watched 2, and one of which was abysmal. So I'm just going to say One Piece by default. Are you worried that One Piece might be anticlimactic? So, hang on. Here's the thing. I think there's a lot of fair debate on this subject. That because of how much hype has been built around the One Piece and what it is and how long it took to get here, because of how much has been invested to get to this point, could it really meet the expectations that we have set for this grand reveal? I feel like if anyone could pull it off in a satisfying way, it would be Oda. I think he could do it. You remember this message? Usopp will get Conqueror's Haki? No, I disagree. Worst take of all, Anime Dutch? No. There's worse takes. There's worse takes. And obviously, I think that was more of a troll comment. I don't think Usopp's going to have Conquerors. Escanor is a GOAT character stuck in a mid-anime. So here's the thing, though. Like, Seven Deadly Sins had the potential to be good. It had a great start. How you doing, Victor? It had the potential to be really good. And it started strong, in my opinion. But it does fall off. And then you get to Four Knights of the Apocalypse. And I do enjoy Four Knights of the Apocalypse. But even then, Four Knights of the Apocalypse does not compete with the highs of early Seven Deadly Sins. Do I think if the user of Nidhogg was alive at the Void Century, they could have defeated it? Nidhogg? What am I reading? I don't even know what that is. Okay. Would I rather live in the Dark Continent or a Hell's Paradise? So here's the thing. When you say the world of Hell's Paradise, do you mean like on the island or like on the like on the mainland? Seven Deadly Sins was your first anime I ever watched. I mean, it could be a good start. Well, it's strong in the start, but I just don't think it's great later. I want to watch One Piece, but I can't get over how weird the characters look, their noses. I don't get it, man. I honestly don't think it matters at all. Like, I don't get how people are bothered by it, but I guess everyone has their quirks. To me, it makes it's nothing. I think Zoro can't die because his soul will get lost on his way to wherever and go back to his body. So I disagree. So let's say Zoro dies, and then his soul leaves his body, and then his soul gets lost. Do you really think Zoro's soul is going to be able to find its way back to his body? I think it's in greater likelihood Zoro's soul would just float endlessly, never finding his body again. He would just get his soul would get lost. Orange, what episode are you on? 967. Do I think if I already read that one? My first ever anime that I watched, knowing it was anime, was Noragami. You know, that's a strong start. That's a strong start. Opinion on Dororo. Unfortunately, I have not yet started Dororo. Or I'm sorry, I've only seen one episode. In my opinion, the end of the One Piece, the government will be fully demolished and there will be no bounties. So I have two predictions for the world government. When it comes to the world government, I think it's either going to be completely demolished, which I think is less likely. I think it's less likely. I think it's more likely that they restructure it. I think the world government would be taken down and then restructured in a more positive format with Kobe at the forefront. With Kobe as fleet admiral. Because Kobe's I strongly believe that Kobe's going to be an admiral one day. That I believe. I can also see Kobe becoming fleet admiral. But what would it take for Kobe to be fleet admiral? I think if the world government loses that war and that system gets taken down and rebuilt up, I would see Kobe at the top of that system. How you doing, Gunther? Welcome in. Ashiki comes from a land named Yano the Oda. Yano the Oda describes as a rougher version of Wano. SBS. Okay, so I didn't read that one. What will happen to the Celestial Dragons? That system would be abolished. In my opinion, in my theory, by the end of One Piece, the Celestial Dragon system will be completely torn apart. There will not be any more Celestial Dragons. He would go to every other anime and take over bodies and learn new sword skills. So like Zoro's soul is just gonna the thing is, I don't think Zoro's soul is the type to just take over other people's bodies. I don't think he's the type to do that. Favorite fruit basket character. Give me 2 seconds. I just need to get his name. I know who it is. Fruits. I don't even have to take a second. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Right here. Can't they just post their names? It wasn't Kyo. It was Kyo. Today's topic isn't so much of a question. It is a theme. It is, what do you collect? Beyblades, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, paintings, magic, whatever you got. How was my workout today? It was a solid leg day. Unfortunately, the gym was unusually busy. I had to kind of make some modifications. Still got most things done. What about the One Piece? Your comment just says the One Piece. What's a good anime for a beginner? Asking for my brother, but he's only seen 10 shows, Squid Game, etc. Okay, so the thing is, I don't know your brother, so I'm just going to pick something that is random but good. I also assume he's a younger brother just by the way you're talking. He's probably a kid. So I'm not going to go anything too graphic. I'm going to say World Trigger. I'll say World Trigger is a pretty safe bet. It's good action, but nothing too graphic or gory. Do I think JJK and what's the strongest Digimon in my opinion? Oh, do I like JJK? Yes, I do. I'm up to date on it. Strongest Digimon? I don't know. I can tell you this. Well, I can tell you this. There are multiple Digimon gods, like deities, that are obscenely powerful. They can literally control every aspect of the universe and reality and can destroy the universe, create a universe, who can just do absolutely incomprehensible things. Do I know any graphic detective anime? So I do know a few detective anime. Here are my top choices, excluding Death Note, because that's the obvious one. I will say Monster, but it's not very graphic. You said graphic. I'd probably say ID Invaded is probably the more graphic of the few that I've seen. Let's see, favorite Pokemon, either Cyndaquil. Okay, I have 3 choices. Cyndaquil, Gengar, and if we want to throw legendaries in there, I'll say Lugia. Those are my 3. Those are definitely my 3. Who would win Omnimon or Gallimon? So here's the thing, I don't know, and also I'm not a power scaler. That's not what I do. You like One Piece? Does uh does that answer your question? That should answer it. Yes. Okay, I had to move a few things to make that happen. I've seen ID Invaded. Any others? Have you seen Psycho-Pass? Topic of today: what do you collect? Like, do you have any like collections, memorabilia, toys, cards, etc.? I used to collect every Pokemon game on NDS. I lost my collection though. That's very unfortunate. I also lost a lot of my earlier collections. Now I collect paintings. I know you can't see most of them. I just took them down. But yes. Coolest Nen ability. I actually really like Morel's, the smoke abilities. I think that's pretty fun. Do I like Yu-Gi-Oh! NSO? Favorite card? I love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. I don't play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game anymore. It lost me a long time ago. Favorite card is Dark Paladin. Definitely Dark Paladin. Aizen versus Madara. I get that, guys. I'm not a power scaler. It's just not what I do. I'm sorry to let you down. I have give me some niche ones, but like the thing is, I don't watch that many detective series. Like, Detective Conan is awful. You've seen ID Invaded. You've seen. I assume you've seen Erased. You've seen. Oh wait, have you seen Gosick? Have you seen Gosick? Because that one is a romance-heavy mystery series. What is your favorite board game? Ooh, board games now. So like, you know what? This isn't my favorite board game, but it's a board game that I had a lot of fun with that you guys could probably check out. So it's still relevant. There's a Naruto board game. There's a Naruto board game. So like you can play like Kakashi, Shikamaru, Naruto, Sakura, a couple of different like Leaf Shinobi, and you have to go around the entire map like defeating the Akatsuki under a time limit. And you have to like defeat a certain number of Akatsuki in a certain number of turns. And the more Akatsuki members you defeat, the weaker the final boss is going to be. But if you fail to defeat a lot, like if you the less Akatsuki you take down, the harder the final boss is. And it's just a lot of fun. And you can have anywhere from 1 to 4 players, but like it's so much easier when you have 4 players compared to like 2. Oh my god. Do I like Prince Canute's transformation from being innocent to evil? Prince Canute. Hang on. Hang on. I know who you're talking about. I just need a quick visual. Yeah, from Vinland Saga. I had mixed. I'm gonna say I like it. Overall, yes, I liked it. Overall, I liked it. I did. I should play more PvP games. No, I don't like PvP. I do not like PvP. I do not enjoy PvP. Is it heavy on the romance or the detective aspects? So like, here's the thing. It kind of goes back and forth, but overall, it is there's a huge romance component. Like, it's not like a side romance. It is the romance is a big component to Gosick. It is a big component to it. Let's see. I collect the One Piece. No, you don't, because the One Piece is mine. The One Piece is mine. Let's see. What's the best incomplete? Dude, I don't even know where to start with that one. Come on, man. Best incomplete anime? I don't know. That's too broad, man. Can we narrow it down a bit? Is there a topic today? There always is. There always is. Today I'm asking you guys about your collections, if you collect any stuff. So like toys, figures, cards, etc. Did you hear about the theory where Kizaru betrays the world government and helps Luffy? So like, depends to what extent, because have you seen Egghead? Have you seen the Egghead arc? Most boring Nen ability. Who has a boring ability? I'm trying to think of anyone who even has a boring ability. Because, like, to be fair, most of the Nen abilities are pretty... You know what? Okay, you know what? Here's one. Cheetu. Cheetu, one of the Chimera ants, the cheetah guy, who, like, pulls you into a reality marble and you have to chase him. Like that, and then he fumbles the entire thing. That one. Let's see. In the final war, I don't think Kizaru is going to like full on betray the world government. I don't see Kizaru full on betraying the government at this stage. I don't see it yet. Do I think the Chimera Ant arc was badly paced? I think it could have been better. It was definitely the worst pacing in the series, but it was still a good arc. I still liked it. I just realized I've gone like 20 minutes over my time, so I'm gonna call it in 5 minutes. At 5:40, I gotta go, and we'll be on Twitch in the morning, and we'll be back here tomorrow night. Okay, what is the best incomplete? Okay, I want you to understand this. Like, I don't know how people even ask this question. I want you to think about the thousands of anime, the tens of thousands of anime that exist, and how many don't actually have a conclusion. I don't know how to pick one that's the best. I can't do it. Which one do I like more, manga to anime adaptation or anime to original source? Okay, so it makes no difference. It makes no difference to me at all. Whether it's an original sourced anime, it's just completely made up from scratch, or if it's adapted from a manga, it makes zero difference to me. Especially because I don't read the manga. So, like, it wouldn't make a difference anyway. For the guy that asked Detective Anime, tell them, Hamatora. I've heard of Hamatora. I've heard of it. You're hungry? Then eat. Are you playing Mass Effect again tomorrow? Yes. We still have a long way to go for Mass Effect Andromeda. We are not almost done. Why are there so many 12 episodes? Why are there so many 12 episode really good anime that you wish were continued? So here's the thing. I think there are times where the series ends on 12 episodes. Like, it does not need more than 12. Sometimes 12 is enough to tell the story, wrap things up in a short, compact amount of time. Sometimes it got a season 1 but never got a season 2. Like, it did not have the popularity required to get a second season. Or maybe the author got sick, or maybe they died, or maybe, any number of reasons why a series does not continue. It happens a lot. It does happen a lot. The One Piece was supposed to end in 5 years. Do I think the money was the reason it went past 5 years? No. So, Anime Fan, I actually did a video today, this morning, on exactly how that went about. And I'll give you a very quick synopsis and encourage you to go watch it after. Basically, Oda initially projected that the One Piece would take roughly 5 years. So Luffy would gather his crew, go to the Grand Line, defeat the warlords, not the warlords, the Yonko, and find the One Piece. That was his original premise, right? But then he gets going with the story, and then he comes up with ideas, and then he reviews his original plan. Like, sometimes it's because he had an initial course of action, but like the characters in the story would not do things that way. So he has to change how he writes it. Or maybe he decides to add in a certain detail, and because of that detail, he needs to add in more things. And then that requires adding in more context, or expanding on, for example, like Mihawk. When they introduced Mihawk and the 7 warlords, that means he had to introduce the other 6 warlords. And that led to Doflamingo and Kuma and like everybody else, and Jinbei and Boa. It just really added all these extra layers to the story, which really expanded how long it would take to get through it. And then you cannot count on Oda to tell you when One Piece is going to end. You can't. Okay. Is Season 4 of Classroom of the Elite coming out this year? I'm pretty sure yes. I'm pretty confident yes. How do I watch Naruto Shippuden in English? It's pretty widely available. There's a lot of free streaming sites out there that I can't name on a live stream. If you're open to using them, then you could pretty easily find it. I found a tick the size of my fingernail on my dog. That is not good. I would probably get your dog checked. What is the perfect amount of episodes for an anime? There really isn't. It depends on the story you're trying to tell. Like, sometimes 12 episodes for something like Erased is perfect. It's great, more than enough. Maybe like 15 or something. It was a little bit rushed at the end. So like Sometimes it's 24. But if you're trying to tell a story that's like very grandiose, where it's like a large scale adventure, that's not going to happen in 24 episodes. So like, I will say this. Most of the time, I enjoy shorter series, like 12 to 24 episodes. That is my personal preference. I don't think that's objectively the best. I just tend to prefer that. But something that, goes 100, 200, 500 episodes, I'm not against that. I've watched most of them. I've watched One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Bleach. I've watched them all multiple times. The episode count doesn't stop me. But I will say, like, I do have a preference for a bit shorter. How to legally watch anime without Crunchyroll and Funimation. Legally, there's Netflix, there's Amazon Prime, there's Funimation, there's a few options. Do I have any filler for, do I watch any filler? So, like, it really depends. Usually no. But if I'm really loving a series, like if I'm having a really good time, I'm really invested, then yeah, I'll try the fillers. Yeah, do check the Discord. Shadow is right. Do check the Discord. I do have sites you could use on there. I know service wasn't the choice of words from Shadow, but like we do have sites available on the Discord server. My favorite Pokemon are Scizor, Ceruledge, I don't think I know that one, Cyndaquil, and Lugia. Okay, so we pretty much have similar taste because Cyndaquil, Lugia, you're just missing Gengar for me. When did I start the stream? An hour and 40 minutes ago. I'm pretty much ending the stream in 2 minutes. I do have to go very soon. High Anime went down. It's going to come back. I mean, is it going to come back? Probably not. High Anime is probably gone forever. But there's tons of other streaming sites available, so like you don't have to worry too much about it. It is unfortunate. But there are other sites you could use. Yeah, there are a full list of anime sites on the Discord. Gengar is one of my favorite ghost types. Gengar is my favorite ghost type. He is. Do I read Blue Vortex? No, I did watch the anime. Yes, I know it's bad. I will watch Blue Vortex when it comes out. I'll catch you again tomorrow morning then. Okay, so yes, we'll be on Twitch in the morning, and we'll be here tomorrow night as well. Crunchyroll isn't even good. I completely agree. It does not deserve the hype. There are so many animes that aren't on it. I completely agree with you. I think Crunchyroll is a waste of money. But like, hey, if you want to use it, by all means, do what you got to do. I don't use it anymore. See you later, Orange. What power-up do I think Usopp will get in Elbaf? I want to see Usopp have the observation hockey that we saw from him in Film Red. If you saw Film Red, I want to see that level of observation hockey. What is your favorite Gen 7 starter of... Okay, Sun and Moon. So I do need to pull up a visual. Gen 7 Pokemon starters. Okay, so for me, it's not gonna. I think. Wait, what was the water type? What was the water type? I know there's Rowlet, there's Litten, and then there's the other one. Poplio. I'll go with Poplio. Let's see. I'll go with two more comments before we call it for the day. Okay, who is a better villain, Madara or Meruem? Meruem is my favorite villain in anime, probably. So like, I'm biased. I'm going with Meruem. Let's see. Mine was Rowlet back then. Now Litten, but for the final Evo, Decidueye. For Gen 7, I'm going with Poplio. I'll go with Poplio. But at least if we're talking the start, like the original base form. If we're counting the evolution line, then Litten does have the best evolution line. So there is that. Have I read JJK Modulo? I have not. And best legendary? Look, I can say this honestly. I'm as biased as you can be. I have been a hardcore Lugia fan since Pokemon 2000. I have been a Lugia fan for 26 years, and I still stand by him. Can I get a better... Okay, so yeah, you know what? We can finish with that. So we can end with the collection. We have the Black Clover painting. We got this one. We got the Astro Boy. Let's see. The One Piece is up on the wall. You can't really like, there it is. I can't take it off the wall. And that's my paintings pretty much. Unless you want to see like comic books. All right, see you later, Price. And yeah, I guess we're gonna call it here. So guys, I'll be on Twitch in the morning to play Mass Effect Andromeda again. We'll be back here tomorrow night around probably the same time, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Join the Discord, follow on Twitch, follow on Patreon, do all that stuff. See you guys tomorrow. We're gonna call it. Let me wrap things up.